Hi, I'm Ben Garvis. If you had told me 2 years ago about all of the things that were going to happen in the world in 2020, I would have been justly concerned. And not just concern at the macro level about everything that's going on, but a very deep personal concern about being alone in a new city, at a new job, and in this new norm of disengagement from human interaction. We've built a culture around how we commingle with each other. In the workplace, teamwork and collaboration are soft skills and practices that are sought at above and beyond some important but learnable hard skills. We thrive on shared experiences like gathering in the tens of thousands to see and feel and share the passion and artistry of our favorite musicians and authors and politicians. So, how are we surviving in a new era where engagement no longer means physically standing shoulder to shoulder with family members, friends, or even meeting new people with overlapping interests? The answer to some was to find a hobby as a coping mechanism. Yeast immediately sold out in stores as people started to pour themselves into baking. Yarn, instruments, heck, toilet paper started to sell out. Me, I started to propagate the pits of every avocado that I ate in quarantine. And 10 years from now, when I have my first avocado, I'm going to be the one laughing. But hobbies, in a lot of ways, are just a coping mechanism. They're an example of us whiling away the time and just surviving a difficult period. What I found to be ultimately more fulfilling and that switched me from survive mode over to thrive mode was the development of a side hustle. When I had nothing in New York but a job and a camping chair that said no problema on it, the side hustle gave me a purpose so that when I logged out of work at the end of the day, I had something to do and a reason to do it. And the end result is that I built something that is going to live on past quarantine. When most people hear the word entrepreneur, it conjures up images of late nights, ramen and RedBull diets, maxing out credit cards, instability, and a mountain of work and responsibility. Where they're wrong is that there's a difference between being self-employed and being an entrepreneur. In one, you're doing something in order to pay yourself. In the other, you're investing in and building the future of something. And nothing says you have to work 40 or 80 hours to do it. You can be self-employed to be an entrepreneur, but you don't have to be self-employed to be an entrepreneur. Google asks its employees to adhere to a 70-20-10 rule. This says that 70% of your time should be dedicated to your core function, 20% should be spent on related work, and 10%, a very critical 10%, should be spent on new skills or side projects. An amazing book called The Innovator's Dilemma teaches us that companies who don't invest in a product that makes their current top-selling product obsolete will not survive the next tectonic paradigm shift in their industry. The book says that tape drives were replaced by floppy disks, which were usurped by CDs and then demolished by DVDs, and now it all lives up there in the cloud somewhere. We don't buy IBM computers anymore, we buy Apple. And if Apple doesn't spend 10% of its time replacing itself, something else is going to replace Apple. But don't worry, you don't have to have one of these iPhone-sized ideas in order to develop a side hustle, and realistically, you probably shouldn't be trying to be the next Apple. Chris Gillebeau is one of my favorite authors. He penned The $100 Startup, which takes you through the journeys of people who built successful businesses for less money than I honestly spend on my Netflix subscription each year. He also wrote 100 Side Hustles, where he digs into how people started and ran successful small businesses while also maintaining a demanding career, raising kids, being a good spouse, and most importantly to me, not losing their minds. His podcast, Side Hustle School, has over 1,000 episodes talking about the cool things people are doing potentially as 10% entrepreneurs, outlets that are fulfilling, rewarding, things that build communities and have social impact, and at the end of the day, also pay pretty well. My side hustle is a podcast, a YouTube channel, and freelance journalism about health, fitness, and the industry's relationship with the sport and brand of CrossFit. And it was one thing to be telling stories about a sport I loved, the company on top of it, and the people contributing to the community, but it very quickly became something else entirely in 2020. The owner and founder of CrossFit said some hurtful things in the midst of George Floyd and Breonna Taylor's deaths. In the weeks that followed, just affirmed a widespread company culture of misogyny and racial bias, something that laughed in the face of their own outspoken and widely shared ideals that they were evangelizing an elegant solution to chronic disease, bad nutritional guidance, and that they were truly making fitness something that anybody, whether in a park, in their kitchen, or in a gym, could have access to regardless of their age, gender, body shape, race, or ethnicity. In a time where I would have otherwise just been sitting alone on a couch watching Netflix for 11 plus months, I instead found myself contributing my podcast, my side hustle, as a catalyst of real social change in health and fitness. Social diatribe. Anyway, that's my side hustle. What are some other examples? The possibilities are really endless. In 2017, Kat Theck saw a disparaging comment on Dolly Parton's Facebook page. Through some odd wave of inspiration, she baked a cake, frosted it with the hateful comment, tracked down the user who posted the comment, and shipped the cake to them. From there, Troll Cakes Bakery and Detective Agency was born. She now has produced hundreds of cakes purchased by people who want to send an anonymous cake back at any internet troll. And yes, if she can't track the troll down, she does refund you, but she still bakes the cake. Yum. But you don't need to be a baker, a programmer, or even a creative type to build something. An accountant named Ryan Grant saw things on clearance at Walmart and thought to himself, I bet those things could sell for more on Amazon. And he was right. While still working at an accounting firm full-time, Ryan is reselling hundreds of thousands of dollars every month worth of clearance items from Walmart. You could write, you could sing, you could draw, you could change people's tires and detail their cars with masks on, watch or bathe their pets, or maybe bathe their pets while you're watching them. You could teach somebody how to dance or do yoga or do workouts with them. Another side hustle school story was about somebody who loved planning vacations and sold her services as a vacation planner. Heck, my mom has turned into quite the mask maker. Hit me up if you're jealous and you want one. This one's blue. The point is, there's more to you than logging in and logging out every day. If you find yourself feeling alone, lost, or lacking purpose, there's more out there for you. Find your purpose. It's out there and it's trying to find you, and you really can have it all. You can make some money, or even better, you could find yourself as an influencer in a really cool social cause. Thank you.